Shalom, people. This is Brother Laos coming at you with another video. And I was watching a montage of alien invasion movies where humanity is fighting back. It just had a bunch of somebody pieced together all these movies where they had aliens coming into the planet to colonize or whatever, and how the human spirit galvanized everybody to fight against the alien invaders. And I began to think about this video I had seen, I guess probably about 15 years ago. And this is before I knew who we were, but I used to listen to documentaries and videos about what they call the black nobility, right? Which at that time, my understanding of the black nobility was people in Europe that had the serpent seed blood in them. I didn't understand that what these people were actually talking about were actual black nobility, talking about us. You see how the bait and switch went. But anyway, one of the things videos I was watching back during that time, they were talking about the black nobility, and then they got off to talking about the black angels and the black aliens or whatever, because at that time my thinking was still in the white Jesus mindset, and the white angels and all that kind of stuff. So as I listened to these white people that were talking, now they were UFologists, and they were also into talking about the serpent seed and alien DNA and different things like that. As they were talking about this stuff, my first thought was, oh, black angels, then they must be demons, or something like that, because that the angels and God and Jesus, they white. So these must be, aliens that are evil, right? And that when they show up, you need to either rebuke them, or just ignore that. Again, that was when my mindset was into the mindset of the white Jesus and the white God and all this kind of stuff. So as I was watching that alien montage, I was thinking along the lines that most of our people are still into that mindset that the black angel or a dark being would be a demon. And so when I was looking at this alien montage, I noticed that most of the aliens and the demons, whatever creatures that they were fighting, were all dark. They were all mysterious, right? And they were all malevolent looking, right? And so my thought is that with all this talk of the UFOs, and now that it's coming out that more and more people know that we are the people, that this is going to be a perfect setup for what they're showing in these movies, where when Yashua and his angels, which we know they are black people, when they show up, this is going to be the thing that is going to galvanize humanity to fight against them. Because can you imagine the fact that we as black people are the most looked down upon, the most rejected, the most talked about in negative ways people, that if you would say to people that a black Christ and black angels are coming back, that it would be this montage of alien invasion movies with humanity galvanize themselves together to fight against them, which is what you see in Psalms 2 and what you see in Revelations 19. What do you see in Psalms 2, where it talks about the nations, you know, conspiring against the Father and His Son, and that that the Father, you know, and the Son will be the enemy of these nations, but that the Master will have them in derision. He is going to have them in confusion, and that He is going to destroy them. What is Revelations 19? But that the armies of the world come together to fight against Yashua when He comes back with His army. Army of what? Army of saints. Now, among those saints will be Caucasian people. There will be Chinese people, Japanese, or whatever. But I would say the overwhelming amount of people that will be with them will be people of color, will be angels of color. So can you imagine, right, that people will look at this site and also the fact that the propaganda will be out there, that this is what's coming. We have this being calling itself Yashua. We have this being that's coming back with these chariots of fire on flaming white horses. We have this being that's coming back that we must prepare to fight against. Kind of like I said, all these alien invasion movies, Independence Day, Pacific Rim, all of these different things where humanity has to galvanize itself against the invader. Go read Psalms 2. Go read Revelations 19. And go and look at any apocalyptic movie, and then imagine in your mind a black Jesus, black army, riders on horses who are mostly people of color, and you can see that they're preparing people for a scenario, even our own people. Because in these alien invasion movies, I noticed that a lot of time the people that was giving the most inspiring speeches, the ones that was talking the most about humanity coming together to fight against this alien force, was our people. I remember a piece of the montage had Idris Elba, the Sierra Leone English actor, playing in Pacific Rim, and he was giving in his speech where they was coming against, I guess, these beings, these creatures, monsters, whatever. In his speech, he said, "Let's stop the apocalypse." Now, I know that people know the apocalypse has to do with when the armies of this world fight against Yeshua. So they're giving that part of the movie to a black man to say, no, we know that the black Christ is coming back. We know that the black angels are coming back. We know that the riders on the horses of every nationality, but majority of them will be black people. We know that they're coming, but we are going to stop it when it comes back. And if we have to lose most of humanity, we will do it. I'm here to tell you that it's going to probably be a lot of our own people that will be making up of these armies that are going to fight against Yeshua. Look at what's going on now with this Ukrainian thing, where you got these Nigerians, you got these Ghanaians, you got all these people in Africa. Even after seeing the treatment of their own people, are still willing to go and fight in the Ukrainian army. You got all these people, right? Even understanding that Russia is no better because they're there to get the natural resources of Africa just like everybody else. But now they got Central African soldiers where they got these Russian contractors, some group thing called the Wagner Group. They're enlisting Central African soldiers to go into Ukraine to fight on the side of Russia. What is wrong with our people? We need to stop getting into these unjust wars, these planned wars, these wars that have been created to bring about policy change, to bring about regime change, to bring about societal change. I guarantee you that all these nations at the very top, they are all cooperating. I guarantee you at the very top, they are on to telephone with each other saying, have you implemented your part of the New World Order plan? I have executed my part of the New World Order plan. I have given my army the plans to move forward in this. Now you move your army to go move forward, and then we're going to create the problem, but we're going to have the solution at the end, because the solution is to try to galvanize all mankind into a kind of collective mindset that we must fight against the evil empire Russia, or galvanize the world in a different on whatever kind of boogeyman that they create. But at the end, they have the mindset of everybody, so that around the time that this last Antichrist figure comes out, he will be able to harvest all of that human anticipation of making life better, and say, look, we're on the verge of something great. Out of this war, out of this, we're going to try to... Now, and it's not to say that all the plans of the New World Order are going to run smoothly. Now, like I've always stated, Satan can only react to what Yah is doing. So the reaction of the New World Order is to react to what Yah is doing, to try to delay, to try to deny, to try to throw off for a little while. But what they want to do, they believe that if they can get enough collective of humanity, right, to be in agreement with them, right, against the forces of righteousness that are coming. Because understand, the kingdom of righteousness that's coming with Yeshua is going to be offensive to even some black people. It's going to be offensive to a lot of them. Even if there was no Caucasian people here on this earth, the coming back of Yeshua to this earth to set up a kingdom of righteousness would still be offensive to a lot of our people. You understand? It would be offensive. So don't be surprised. As I said, here we have a Secretary of Defense that's black. We have the Secretary to the UN is black. We got all these people, right, they're sitting in there, that are pushing forth on these different agendas. And don't you yet think that Obama is talking about that he wants to be the next head of the UN, that he would want to be over the UN, that they are going to try to give this end time thing a black face. Now, does that mean that the Antichrist, the last Antichrist, let's say, will be a black man? I don't know. It could be. I don't think it really matters, because we got to understand about the bloodlines, and there's different things like that. So the bloodlines of this, it has to be a certain thing. It can be somebody either black or white or in the middle. I don't know. But getting back to this apocalyptic thing, I'm letting you know right now, they are already conditioning in our mind that when these dark creatures burst through the sky, and they're going to have pictures, they're going to have all of this stuff prepared. That's why they got the space command created. They created this. They're going to allow certain things to happen, and they're going to have everybody's minds, and people going to look up, and they're going to say, this thing is just right out of one of these apocalyptic alien invasion movies that mine is already going to be programmed for it. You remember a couple of years ago, they had these monoliths, and I did a video on them. I did a video about all these monoliths people were seeing floating through the air, falling into the sea and everything. And they was appearing in different locations throughout the earth. And one of them appeared actually here in North Carolina. I'm telling you, they're trying to prepare our minds already. And who knows that the next surprise inside the Cracker Jack box will not be something to deal with with alien, to try to throw people off and to galvanize all that world energy that they now have focused in on. Help Ukraine, help Ukraine, help Ukraine, in which a lot of our people are falling for it on the continent. That's why I say Babylon is a worldwide thing. Now, America, I believe, definitely has to be the one that's going to fall. But this Babylon deception is upon the whole earth. So we got to wake up. We got to wake up. You or your loved ones are going to be part of these armies that are going to be fighting against Yashua and his forces when they come back. And he ain't going to want to have no excuse to hear you talk about some patriotic nonsense, talk about some sovereignty nonsense. I'm telling you, it's already here. You know, you got ordinary street people from the inner cities and stuff now that are gearing up to go over to Ukraine and fight. You got ordinary villagers in Africa that are gearing up. You got lawyers, high-priced lawyers in Nigeria that are gearing up to go over there and fight in Ukraine over something that they put on TV. So how much more so when they put up stuff and put up pictures of alien craft and put up pictures of dark beings, that people are gonna, our own people, they'll be the first one. Let me shoot that black Jesus out the sky. There ain't no black Jesus. There ain't no black angels. Let us shoot. This is of the devil. We know that this is what our God looks like. This is what his son looked like. Everything else is a falsehood. You understand? Because there's been so much pushback, not to mention that the devil has been using, you know, like I said, the Hegelian dialectic with these different groups out here that, although they might be saying some truth about Caesar Borgia and all these different things, the way that they're acting, right? You know, the people will say, you know what, if that's what I have to deal with, I'd rather just keep the white Jesus. If this, you know, if this thing is saying that I got to kiss your boots and all this other kind of crazy stuff that you're saying, he said, I'd just rather keep the white one. Just like the episode of Good Times where Florida was like, this is the Jesus I grew up with. I know the other one might be a more authentic picture, but he reminds me of Ned the Wino. So I want to just keep this one that I have been remembering even before my own parents. And that's what we're going to get. It's going to be the alien invasion montage with humanity, including our people, galvanized, fighting against Yeshua and the army coming back. So I just wanted to drop that on you, you know, because like I said, when I read Psalms 2 and I read Revelations 19, and there's many other scriptures in there too that talk about it, I said, man, they're already preparing our minds for it. And we're gonna fall for it, because I can see that with this this Ukrainian thing, where they got all our people wrapped up in this thing, and and they're gonna drag it out. My thing is, why is Russia allowing foreign fighters to come in there? Why are they allowing it? They're all in on it. They're all in on it. I'm telling you, don't be surprised if Biden and Putin are on the phone, because the Ukrainian people are Russian people. They the same people. They speak the same language. They the same people. Now, does that mean that it ain't Ukrainian people dying? Does that mean it ain't Russian people dying? Yes, they are dying, but the people at the top, the leaders, are actually in cahoots with each other. Did you notice they said, oh, the G20, we're going to kick Russia out of the G20, but Putin said he's going to come anyway. How in the world, after all those years of us supposedly hating Russia, did they even let Russia in the G20 in the first place? You understand? This is all smoke and mirrors. And our people, let's not get caught up in it. Let's keep our eyes on Yashua. Let's keep our eyes on his word. Let's repent. Let's turn from sin. Let's turn from murder. Let's turn from mayhem. Let's turn from sexual impurities and get prepared for our king come back to rule. There's not gonna be no. Now in the alien montage that they show how they was able to gain ground against the alien invaders and how mankind was able through the human spirit to be able to push the aliens off of this planet. That is their desire. That is the lie that Satan is giving them, that if y'all all come together, y'all can chase him out, just like with the Tower of Babel. It's the Tower of Babel 2.0 that he is preparing mankind for. And bet you believe they using some of these weapons that they're going to use in the apocalypse. They're using them in Ukraine. You already heard Russia talk about they using hypersonic missiles. And America's got different arms contractors and people going over there testing new weapons that they got on the Russians and vice versa. And they are going to use, they testing this stuff out because the people are just pawns. Putin's Russian citizens are just pawns in his hands. The Ukrainian citizens and those that are coming over to fight for Ukraine, for this Ukrainian president, are just pawns in his hand. Have you noticed that they have not been able to pin down and kill him yet? That the Russian forces who have Spetsnaz is one of the best special forces in the world, that they have not been able to track this man down and kill him? What is going on? This is all coordinated to help bring in the final world order, because the new world order has always existed, but this is going to be the final rendition of it. So they got to get human minds heightened to come together, that if we don't want this thing to spread out, we must all come together. And they're going to bring it all together at the Battle of Armageddon to fight against the armies of Yashua and his armies. So with that, I ask you to just be prayerful for our brothers and sisters, the African students that are still stuck over there in Ukraine, that the Most High bring them back from the North Country. Okay. And at that, I ask you to leave a comment, subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up. Be blessed.